Let's talk a little bit about Facebook pages. A page is really designed to operate more of a business entity or a celebrity profile or something like that, where you're not engaging with people, you're not connecting with people quite in the same way. On a profile, someone sends you a friend request, you accept it, and then you're connected as friends, which in essence means you see each other's posts. People can also, if they send you a friend request and you don't accept it, depending on their settings and how things are set up, they may just become a follower, which means they'll still see some of your posts, but you are not connected in the sense that you're not friends. You haven't accepted their friend request. You can also just follow people. I've had a few people follow me that seem interesting enough, and then I just send them a friend request. Some people follow me and then I follow them back. It's really up to your own strategy of how you want to handle that. You can see down here too that there's a followed by. So again, just an interesting feature to be aware of and decide really how you want to use it. So I'm going to dig into a page here really specifically, but operating as a page is definitely a little bit different than a profile. You will have to have a profile to have a page. Now that said, you can make a profile completely private where basically no one sees it and still operate a page. It's probably not recommended for real estate. Really honestly, if you're not really comfortable with a profile, I wouldn't start a page. If you're not willing to spend some money on ads, you may not need a page, because frankly, if you post on a page, it's not going to have very strong visibility unless you put some money behind it. Or follow some of the other tips that I'll dig into now. So it's easy enough to hop over to your page and you just click on it. Got a couple of pages there. So this has now brought me into my page, and I'm essentially in edit view here in the same sense that if I mouse over, I can change the cover. The profile, or I guess page picture, is up here. You would update that in the same way. And similar to your profile, you want to make sure you've got some information here. You want to have a little bit about what you do. So, we've got this here. Actually, that looks like it's new. Let's publish it. And you definitely want to have, more information about your business, whether it is a link to your website, a phone number, what you do, what business you're in. It also shows you here other pages that you like that you should be careful with, because sometimes they'll run ads and say, so-and-so company likes this page. So be cognizant of who you're liking on both your page and your profile. You do get some more insights when you use a page. It's going to show you a little bit more about engagement, and especially when you spend money. So, but operating a page in some sense is similar to using your profile in that you create a post in the same way. There's some of the same features that are here. You can also get reviews as a page. So this is a good thing to do. You can send out a link that'll bring people specific here to write reviews. I highly recommend always replying to your reviews. So comment. If someone writes you a review, take a moment to comment back and just tell them thank you. In this case, I did this as my profile. Again, use your best judgment under your own strategy, under what's best for you. You may want to comment back as your page, especially if your page is, Joe Smith, realtor, or Joe Smith at your brokerage. But just use your best judgment as to how that you want to handle that. So other than that, there's one other quick thing that I want to show, and that is similar to that, responding as your page versus your profile. So once you do have a post here, let's just say that somebody said something on one of these posts and I wanted to either comment back or whatnot. You can see here in this drop down, if I like or write a comment right now, this is my page picture. So I'm going to be liking or commenting as my page. You can drop this down. This caret will drop down all your other pages, or your profile. And so if I wanted to comment on this as my profile, then all I need to do is select my profile picture. Now I can come in here and like, comment, or share this as my profile instead of my page. I also highly recommend the Pages app if you're using it on mobile. It's a much better way to manage a page instead of doing it through the Facebook regular app. It's just called Pages and it's by Facebook. So again, another great way to do that. I don't want to dig too deep into ads, but I will show you real quick here the essence of an ad. All you have to do is, if you want to do a sponsored post, not an ad, definitely not digging into ads here in this class, but let's dig a little bit into boosting a post. You'll want to make the post on your page. You can only do this on a page, not a profile. You'll want to go ahead and make the post, and then you'll see a boost option in the feed. So if you click boost, it's going to bring you to a page like this. And this changes constantly. This will probably look different in a week. But it basically walks you through what results are you looking for. Do you want to send people to your website? Do you just want to get more engagements? Are you a special ad category, which real estate typically always is, because a lot of times it's housing offer or employment. So be sure that if that's the case, that you allow a little extra time for the ad to be approved, and read through those guidelines as well. So you can select the audience. Typically there are a few kind of preset audiences, but it's real simple. But make sure your audience is at least the right location. You do need to be careful with gender and age, but specifically in real estate, you're going to want to break down your location and make sure that you're making content or you're serving this ad to relevant people. If the ad is for a property or to come to your website to search property, then there's no reason to pay more money for someone in another state generally to see it. Now, if it's a luxury property or if you're focusing on people relocating, obviously you want to make that part of your strategy. But the more you drill down here, the smaller your audience is going to get, but it's also going to be more relevant and less expensive. So don't want to dig too deep into that. Certainly if you want to learn more about sponsored posts or ads, there's a ton of resources for that, and I'm sure we'll provide more content in the future. But again, operating as a page is a bit different. Kind of a good way to operate a brand or a separate personality from your profile. You can also connect this to your Instagram account as far as posting potentially the same content, and certainly for ads.